Hey everyone, this is Rachel and welcome to another scrapbooking process video. If you hang out until after the video is through, there are always detailed shots of my current layout. Let's get going! Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Lift and Sketch with Christy and Rachel. Today we are taking on this amazing lift by Lisa Fonesca. Now you may have noticed that it is the end of the month and we've only had one video out. That is because for July and August, Christy and I, due to just, it being summertime and being super busy, we are going to do the lift in July and then the sketch in August. So there will be only one video each month for this particular series. Now, I apologize. I have to apologize almost every single time I do some videoing with some sound. My dog is searching for the people I am talking to, so you're going to hear her tap dancing her way around for a little bit until I go on to voiceover. Now, today I am going to be working with the Pink Paislee Oh My Heart collection designed by Paige Evans. I think that might actually be the same line Lisa used in her layout. It just so happens that I have the 6x6 paper pad for this, and these type of grid designs, the 6x6 paper pads work super awesome for that. I am going to be switching it up, however, because I am going to be doing a 2-page layout. Yes, indeedy. I have 17 photos that I'm going to try to scrap. We'll see if I manage to get them all on or not. I'm not exactly sure, especially doing a grid design where everything isn't butted up against each other. We'll take a gander, see if we can get them all on. I might end up splitting it up and doing, maybe just deciding to do one of these. So these are in different piles because they're all about different things that happened at a crop I went to. So I might decide to pull one story aside and do a separate page on that, and then just include the rest on the paper, on this particular layout. All right, folks, before I get you guys put on fast forward, I just want to say I will put a link to Christy's channel in the description box below. So please make sure you head on over to her channel and check out what she's doing with this particular layout. So it should be fun. All right, folks, I'm going to get you put on fast forward, so let's get going. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move all of my photos off to the side because I'm going to start by laying out my 2 background pieces of pattern paper. It is number 17 from the Oh My Heart collection. Obviously, I am using the same paper on the other side. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spend a little bit of time trying to get these suckers to match up, but that's a no-go. Apparently, they do not match up from side to side. And now I'm trying to decide, do I want my pieces to be banners or do I want them to kind of be cloud-ish? I think in the end I'm going to go with the clouds. Yes, I do go with the clouds. I just like the way this looks better for this particular layout. I don't know, it's what felt good at the time. So I'm going to go ahead and start by using some white acrylic paint to kind of mute out this very bold background paper. This is Wedding Dress from Martha Stewart, and what I'm doing is I'm just trying to get a base layer of color, and then I'm going to use that silicone brush to smooth it out all the way. While it is drying, I'm just using these 2 pieces of white cardstock so I can start placing my photos. Now I start laying them out, and I realize pretty quickly that if I'm going to want to stick even slightly to this layout, that I'm definitely going to have to cull some of these photos. So I decide the ones that are at the top of my left-hand side of the paper, those are going to be used in another layout. I am, however, going to use my Shimmer's Mists, and I've got Tuscan Sun, Jenny B. Blue, Pink Moscato, red, rose gold red, and a chance of rain as my colors that I'm going to spatter all over my background paper. I believe that is what Lisa did in hers. From looking at the photo, that definitely looks like what she did. I obviously don't know for sure. I didn't watch the video. I'm assuming she did a process video for this, but I didn't happen to watch that particular one. So I am not exactly sure, but hey, it looked good to me. So I'm going through and I'm just doing each color, and I got that big mess of pink Moscato over in the upper left-hand corner. And I'm showing the difference in the amount of Jenny B blue I've used versus any other color. I do very much like that color. All right, now all of my mists have dried, and I'm laying out my photos once again to see where they are going to go and what I have for spots to then fill in with other pieces of stuff. You know, the embellishment stuff, the stuff we love to, the pretty things we like to fill in with the rest of our pages. I have this sheet that came with the Oh My Heart line. It is the specialty piece of paper, so there are pieces of rose gold or copper, I'm not quite sure which color it actually is, intermixed with all these little cut apart pieces. And this is a much thicker piece than a regular piece of pattern paper. So I'm just choosing things. Some I just think are really cute. Some are apropos to the situation that occurred at the crop. And so I'm just cutting apart and pulling aside things that I think will really work. So this is, of course, just a slightly longer video than I have been putting out lately because it's a double page, so it just takes a lot longer to go through the entire thing. I've been keeping my videos between 6 and 9 minutes. This one comes in at just over 13, so not super long, but, you know, longer than I have had. So that one over on the right-hand side that I placed says, remember the little things, or something along those lines. It's just really cute over there, and I will explain the story in a little bit. But that was kind of the perfect thing to go in between those two photos. So above me, I keep a little basket, and I keep either brand new things I want to use, and then just random things I would like to use, and then some older things that I want to use. And that's where these stickers come into play. They are an older Dear Lizzie. I don't have a ton of them left, but they were the perfect colors to go along with this line. And I thought, well, let's see if I've got enough letters. I had a couple of titles in mind, and I could spell the word way, and that was one of the title words I had in mind for this. So I'll explain the rest of the title when we get to the rest of it, because it's one of those layouts where I kind of go back and forth between doing different things at different times. So I'm using my T-square ruler to line up my photos. Because all of my photos are different sizes and different shapes, I wanted to keep the distance between them as even as I could. If everything was exactly the same size, that wouldn't be as important to me, but because, as I said, they are all different shapes and sizes, I did want to keep that the way even. So I'm looking for some labels because my idea is to add bits of journaling to each different section of photos, because these are multiple stories, but not stories I necessarily felt needed their own page. So I have several different stories based off of my title. So even though I haven't completed my title, I will tell you my title is going to be The Peep Way. So I'm talking about, this is a group of ladies we met online, and we've gotten together in various different places throughout the country for different crops. So I'm just talking about different things we do, like we have peeps that come all the way from Australia just to surprise everyone. That's in that upper right hand, those photos, that's what that's about. And then we had several peeps who were missing their wedding anniversary. So we had a little party, and it was kind of like a wedding reception, and someone brought little mini veils for us all to wear. So I'm talking about how we will provide the veils for you, and we'll even throw you a wedding party. And then the one over there that has to do with the little things, there are several of the ladies who are shorter of stature, shall we say. So we had a little contest at who was the most petite peep, and then the winner over on that right-hand side was celebrating. And then finally, we also had several peeps who had birthdays that week. So a couple of the ladies brought in some cupcakes, and we had a little birthday party. So I just wanted to explain throughout in little label journaling that was attached to the photos what each of the photos represented. So I've now decided, rather than finish my title, I'm going to move on to embellishing. I have the chipboard pieces, and like in Lisa's original layout, I am choosing to embellish off of photos or off of those cut apart sheets. So everything is attached to the squares. Even though mine aren't actual squares, they are still kept within the boundaries of what would originally have been squares. Even my title is kept in its own little square. So I've added a couple of die cut pieces. I have that haze sugar that's over a donut over by the cupcake photo. I added that floral piece up with those cut aparts that say fun, and that's why I use that word, that travel sticker, because talking about traveling to greet each other. And now I'm moving back to my title, because why not? Why work in order when you can just work completely out of order? And so I choose, and that is also from a Paige Evans line, although I think it's from the Pick Me Up line. But before I glue that down, I'm going to start embellishing again. I grab my puffy stickers and I'm once again placing those around. I have that little birdie, and then I found the same little birdie in the chipboard, and I place that around because obviously Peep and bird, and that just kind of works. So I'm adding some more layers and some more dimensional items to each of my little areas. I'm going through the ephemera piece again, trying to find something, as you see that big flower over on the right hand side. I'm really trying to find something that has multiple colors on it, but I've used this line enough that a lot of that is already gone. So I'm struggling to find something that will work over on that right hand side that has multiple colors in it. I am going to use that traveler's notebook, but then that creates a really weird gap, but I had already added liquid glue to it, so I couldn't really move it. I do fix that with that little heart and then a little puffy sticker flower, just to kind of get rid of that gap as much I could. I add another puffy sticker just above that photo, and I'm still looking for something to go with that pink flower over on the right hand side. I do finally glue down part of my title, and then I reach for these. These are a generic alpha. I think I got it from like a peachy cheap deal, and so I'm just going to finish off my title with those. So now that I have that, I'm still trying to figure out something multicolored. I do grab the word cool that came in the puffy stickers, and that actually is a phrase, and it's supposed to say cool mom. And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if I could trim off enough and fix it enough that rather than mom, I could put it upside down for the word wow. And I think it works out. I know it's hard to see here. There is a close-up photo at the end, and you can see where it definitely reads as wow, although I trimmed off just enough that I felt I needed to fill in the sides, that when I trimmed it away, because it's a puffy sticker, it was white, and you could see the white, so I just kind of colored it in with a black marker just to kind of hide that little piece that was white. I've just got a couple of last embellishments to add here. That is the last one, and I'm going to be finished. Once again, make sure you check out Christy's video. Have a great day, everyone. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Bye!